Good evening. My name is Wallace Gator Bradley, and I'm the host of the Bradley Report. Got some interesting things that I want to share with you. I'm following the guidance of the chairman of United Peace Inc. She's also the director and producer of this show, none other than my wife. I'm just Wallace Gator Bradley, the host of the Bradley Report and the president of United Peace Inc. And the technical wherewithal is with Sylvia, making everything happen. Two things that we're going to get into quick, fast, in a hurry. We're going to talk about, I want you to hear the CNN interview of Mayor Lori Lightfoot. I realized that she has grown and developed to become a global mayor that's representing the city of Chicago. We're going to get into the wonderful thing that she's doing on the south side and the west side with development. And we're going to get into J.B. Pritzker and what he's doing and the new Illinois Department of Public Health Director. So without further ado, to God be my glory. To God be the glory, not my glory. That's my blessing. To God be the glory. That's my story. Okay, so Sylvia, let's go to work.
Well, there's been some notion out there in other state legislatures that they are going to bring legal action against healthcare providers and against women themselves if they travel outside of states where abortion is banned to a city like Chicago or a state like Illinois. I mean, I have to tell you, as an African American, what I hear when I hear that is fugitive slave laws, like were back in the day where they're chasing people who are seeking freedom. It's the same kind of dynamic here. I don't believe that those laws would ever pass constitutional muster, even with a court environment like we have in the United States right now. And I am absolutely prepared to stand up and defend our reproductive rights, healthcare providers, and the women who are seeking care, because Chicago remains a beacon of justice for all. We are going to make sure that no matter what happens in other parts of the country, that Chicago remains open for women to be able to control their own destiny, to have bodily autonomy, and have access to reproductive care, both before, during, and after any kind of treatment. And we're frankly not going to tolerate other states trying to dictate to us, where we choose to respect women and their rights, to try to deny them access to care in a city like Chicago. So I'm ready and willing and able to defend our role as a city where no matter who you are, no matter who you love, no matter who you worship, no matter what country of origin you come from, that you're going to find a safe home in my city. We're unabashed about protecting people's rights.
I'm sorry. You know, what she is saying is that it's important for us to understand that the attack on the women's rights wasn't just against the woman. Those Republicans, those Trumptonians, is planning to erase all the rights, inclusive of the voting rights. Lori Lightfoot had made a promise to a lot of people when she got in. And what we all need to understand, including me, is that she knew what a mayor should be and should do, but she had to learn the mechanics of the office. She said that she's going to spend a lot of money in the south side and the west side of the city of Chicago in terms of development. I want you to hear this here. Sister Sylvia, could you come down and find the little icon? Nope, go up. Go up. Oh, there it is. I just saw it. Okay. There it is, right there. Thank you.
Chicago es el hogar de UI Health, cuyos médicos y personal reflejan la diversidad de las comunidades a las que
Yeah, come on,
servimos,
right after this
fortaleciendo
ad.
el vínculo entre usted y su equipo de
She's
atención
spending a
médica,
lot
un sistema de
of
salud
money
que se esfuerza por
with
garantizar
the
que el cuidado
grocery
médico
store,
experto sea
black
accesible
owned.
en las
I
clínicas
want you to
de
hear
toda
this
la
right
región
after
e instalaciones
this
como nuestro nuevo edificio de
infomercial.
atención especializada que se inaugura en otoño. Estamos forjando un futuro
The
más
city
saludable
announced
para
Monday
usted.
that it would
Somos
award
UI Health. Visítenos en
$13.9 million in
UIHealth.es.
grants to Yellow Banana.
Black-owned grocery investor plans to reopen Auburn Gresham Save-A-Lot using $13.5 million city grant. Crystal Bello ranges bagged lettuce in the produce section at Save-A-Lot grocery store in the 7200 block of South Stony Island Avenue in Chicago on July 15, 2022. Yellow Banana Grocery Company is receiving $13.5 million from the city of Chicago to renovate stores and open new grocery stores. Chris Sweda / Chicago Tribune. A Save-A-Lot in Auburn Gresham that shuttered in 2020 may reopen by the end of the year. The city announced Monday it would award a $13.5 million grant to Yellow Banana, a grocery company owned by the Cleveland-based investment firm 127 Wall Holdings LLC, to reopen the store and make investments in other Save-A-Lot locations. The money is part of more than $49 million in grant funding announced by the city Monday. Yellow Banana plans to use the funds in combination with private money to reopen the Auburn Gresham store and acquire and renovate 5 other Save-A-Lots it operates on the city's south and west sides. Though Yellow Banana has operated those stores under the Save-A-Lot name since late 2021, the buildings are owned by Save-A-Lot. The total cost of the project is estimated at $26 million. The city funding comes as grocery companies continue to close stores on Chicago's south and west sides and as community leaders call on the city to provide solutions to lack of food access. In interviews, Yellow Banana executives said they're committed to increasing food access in Chicago's disinvested neighborhoods and that they're in the city to stay. We want to be the grocer of choice for communities and cities that are grappling with food insecurity, Yellow Banana co-founder Michael Nance said in an interview with the Tribune. We think we can be creative thought partners that can bring both private and public dollars to bear on the situation. We think we can provide solutions. Yellow Banana has operated 6 Save-A-Lot grocery stores on Chicago's south and west sides since last year. Nationally, it operates 38 Save-A-Lots across a handful of cities including Milwaukee and Cleveland. Nance discussed plans for the Auburn Gresham Save-A-Lot at a neighborhood meeting in early July before the city announced its grant. He pulled no punches when discussing Save-A-Lot's reputation in Chicago, saying the company had tarnished its name in the city. Save-A-Lot's physical conditions were not up to snuff, he said, and neither was the store's produce. In 2020, Save-A-Lot announced plans to sell off its corporate-owned retail stores and focus instead on wholesaling. The company now owns and operates 18 out of more than 850 stores nationwide. In a statement, Save-A-Lot CEO Leon Bergman said Yellow Banana understands the unique challenges these communities face and are committed and determined to work with each neighborhood to serve them in the best way possible by providing healthy food at affordable prices and giving them a refreshed and improved Save-A-Lot experience. Though 60% of the Yellow Banana-owned store's products will be sourced from Save-A-Lot, Yellow Banana has begun experimenting with other sources for products, Nance said. For instance, the company has switched its produce supplier to provide fresher produce. Where appropriate, he said, the company may offer organic produce. Yellow Banana is interested in stocking some locally made products too, he said at the meeting this month. Yellow Banana says that owning the store's real estate will help the store stay in business. Grocery is an industry with notoriously slim margins, which is especially true in the discount grocery sector, executives said. Ademola Adewale Sadik, a co-founder of Yellow Banana, said the company plans to put in new LED lighting, HVAC and refrigeration systems, as well as install new fixtures and bathrooms. We here in Auburn Gresham deserve a nice grocery store, Adewale Sadik said. West Lawn, South Shore, South Chicago, West Garfield Park, we deserve nice things too. Nance said the renovations will require stores to close for about 3 to 4 weeks each. Yellow Banana plans to stagger the renovations and provide transportation to shuttle people to other grocery stores when their Save-A-Lot is closed, he said. Nance said Yellow Banana hopes to open the Auburn Gresham store, located at 7908 S. Halstead, by the end of the year. The neighborhood lost another grocery store in June, when Aldi abruptly shuttered a store about 1.5 miles away from the closed Save-A-Lot. Other grocery stores nearby include a Walmart neighborhood market located north of the former Aldi on South Ashland Avenue and a Food 4 Less about 1 mile away. The 6 stores Yellow Banana already operates in Chicago are located at 4439 West 63rd Street in West Lawn, 420 South Pulaski Road in West Garfield Park, 2858 East 83rd Street in South Chicago, 10700 South Halstead Street in Morgan Park, 7240 South Stony Island Avenue in Grand Crossing, and 644 East 63rd Street in West Woodlawn. The West Woodlawn store is not included in the city grant funding. The city's south and west sides have struggled for years with grocery store closures and a lack of access to high-quality, affordable foods. In April, Whole Foods announced it was closing the Englewood location it opened to much fanfare in 2016 with the help of $10.7 million in city funding. A closing date has not yet been announced for the store. The city sale agreement with the site developer requires a new grocery store to be up and running within 18 months once Whole Foods leaves. When Aldi closed its Auburn Gresham store in June, Southside aldermen slammed the company and called for a city hearing on food access and grocery store closures. Local elected officials in the neighborhood said they found out about the closure from constituents. Aldi cited declining sales and repeated burglaries in the closure of that store, saying in a statement that it did not take the closing of this location lightly. Within the last 5 years, there were 7 burglaries on the store's block, 2 of which took place at a grocery store, according to the city's crime data portal. The Auburn Gresham Aldi wasn't the first grocery store the company closed in a historically disinvested neighborhood on the city's south and west sides. It shuttered a store in West Garfield Park last year. At a news conference announcing Chicago Recovery Plan awardees Monday, Mayor Lori Lightfoot slammed Aldi for closing stores on the south and west sides while keeping stores on the north side, saying the company should be ashamed. If your business isn't succeeding, that is one thing. Come to us and we will try to work with you to help support it, Lightfoot said. But if your business isn't succeeding and you make what I think is always a tough decision to close, don't blame the community and make them out to be thieves and worse because your business didn't succeed. All does hear me loud and clear, Lightfoot said. Come to the table and talk and work with us, or there are going to be major challenges for you in the city of Chicago. Earlier this year, aldermen authorized the city to buy the shuttered West Garfield Park Aldi for $700,000. No replacement has been announced, but Department of Planning and Development Deputy Commissioner Peter Strzerbosco said the city expects to close on the property this summer. After the deal closes, a community engagement process to help refine neighborhood objectives for a new grocery operator would follow, Strzerbosco said. The city is in discussions with potential grocers for the location, he said. On Monday, Lightfoot declined to say when a new grocery store would open at the site. Strzerbosco said more than half of the 79 Chicago Recovery Plan grant awards announced Monday will go toward new or improved grocery stores, restaurants, and cafes. In total, the city is awarding more than $49 million during this round of grant funding, 2/3 of which comes from the city's Chicago Recovery Plan local bond issue and 1/3 of which comes out of the city's TIF and Neighborhood Opportunity Fund programs, Strzerbosco said. The Chicago Recovery Plan includes funding from the American Rescue Plan Act passed by Congress and more than $600 million in local bond funds. Other grant awardees announced Monday include the Chicago Market, a grocery co-op that will open at the Gerber Building, the historic Wilson Avenue CTA station in Uptown, the James Beard Award finalist Lesbian Bar Nobody's Darling and Cultivate Collective, a neighborhood marketplace in Garfield Ridge. 35 of the finalist projects are located in community areas that are part of the city's Invest South/West initiative, the mayor's office said in a news release. Yellow Banana's award of $13.5 million is the largest in this round of grants. Yellow Banana executives acknowledged grocery companies' histories of abandoning stores on the city's south and west sides and emphasized their commitment to Chicago's communities as well as their own personal connections with food insecurity. Nance said he grew up in a food desert on the east side of Cleveland. He now splits his time between Chicago and Cleveland. We, I think, respect these communities and people who have these backgrounds and quite frankly often look like us, said Nance, who is Black and Puerto Rican. We are in this business for the long haul. There's no sunset, there's no end-of-fund life where we've got to monetize the stores and sell them off to the next owner, none of that, said Adewale Sadik. We own these stores, we're in the city, and we're there to stay. Strasabasco said that while operating terms of the city's agreement with Yellow Banana were not yet finalized, the grant terms would include operating, occupancy and other covenants at each location that would be in place for at least a decade. City Council approval of the terms will be required, Strasabasco said. It's one solution, it's not the solution, said Alderman David Moore in an interview last week. Moore has backed Yellow Banana's plans to reopen the Auburn-Gresham Save-A-Lot in the 17th Ward. Anytime we can bring economic development to the community, it's good and it's beneficial, he said.
You know,
Copyright
I have to commend
2021.
Alderman David Moore for what he said. But this just come across Gator's desk. Mayor Lori Lightfoot, this just happened today. Mayor Lori Lightfoot aims to tackle segregation by promoting development near CTA and Metro and a transit equity plan. Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot's plan to spur housing and job development near public transportation got a sign-off from the City Council committee today, sending the proposal intended to address the harms of segregation to a final vote later this week. It might be tomorrow. The zoning committee voted 15-4 to move the proposed ordinance to the City Council floor Wednesday. And we had 4 aldermen that were against it, Alderman Hopkins, Alderman Beal, Alderman Lopez, and Alderman Rowley. In pitching the sweeping package, city officials said during the committee hearings and a previous news conference that it would be a catalyst to grow the economy across all communities. The wonderful thing that I've learned about African American elected officials like Harold Washington, in order to make sure that we as a people are inclusive, is that we always push fairness because it takes all of us. Hooray, hooray, hooray to the mayor. Hooray, hooray, hooray to the 15 aldermen that was in the zoning committee that voted for her. And I hope she get the other 11 aldermen to vote for it. And as you know by now, for transparency, I'm riding with Lori. The next piece that's going to come up is the COVID mandates. Here are the changes that Governor Pritzker made, okay? Take it up. No, go up. Go up, because I'm going to read it. Okay, eliminating COVID vaccine requirements. One of the things is where he was eliminating COVID vaccine requirements for college students and faculty. That's one. Go up to the next one. Change testing requirements for unvaccinated workers at long-term care facilities. That's the nursing homes. I'm glad that he did that, okay? Because he put an emphasis on the ones that got, for lack of a better phrase, they got more COVID problems, okay? And hopefully with his new director of the Illinois Department of Public Health, he would enforce the Nursing Home Care Act, because that's a law, and we're going to talk about him in a few minutes. And then the next one is where he select mitigations that will remain in place. Okay? Go to the, yeah. Okay, go to, it's another one there up there. Come down. Let me see. Come down. No, I'm sorry. My bad. Go up. Go up. Okay, I guess we missed it because there's one talking about where he's changing facilities. Come down. Come down. Well, anyway, he's making sure that those that's in the Illinois Department of Corrections will get better served as well. But the most important thing, there it is, other changes. There you go. Okay, about the jails. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you. Because, my time is running out, but I want to get this last piece in, because I want everybody to see who this new director is. Okay? You can hit that for me, sister. There you go. Thank you.
The Illinois Department of Health has named its newest director. A distinguished downstate pediatrician with degrees in law and public policy will now become the state's top doctor. Later this summer, Dr. Samir Vohra of the Southern Illinois University School of Medicine will be taking charge of the state's Department of Public Health on August 1st. Vohra, who already serves on IDPH's Illinois State Board of Health, was hailed by Pritzker as the agency's next visionary leader.
This young man, Dr. Samir, he was hailed by Governor J.B. Pritzker as the Illinois Department of Public Health's next visionary leader, who will serve as the permanent replacement for the former Illinois Department of Public Health Director. Okay, I always mess this woman's name up, but y'all know who she was. She's no longer there. But while she was there during the pandemic, there was a lot of things that was happening. And it was happening because she did not enforce an Illinois law known as the Nursing Home Care Act. They would have made sure that those nursing homes that weren't in compliance could be investigated by the Attorney General, could be investigated by, 102 counties in Illinois, 102 different state's attorneys for any criminal activity that was happening. So those nursing homes was getting away literally with murder, especially at Sava, Westchester. Hopefully, this young man, and I'm saying this as a constructive critic, I'm a supporter of him because of what I read about him. He got a degree in law, so he can understand enforcing Illinois statutes when it comes to public health, because that's up under him. That's one of his responsibilities. It's not the governor's responsibility. It's his responsibility, especially with this new variant that's happening out here, and they talking about it's going up, more people going into the hospital. All that I'm saying, with Governor J.B. Pritzker signing the bill to reform the nursing home industry. You got a law that's already on the books, and if this young man come out and let it be known that he's going to implement the Nursing Home Care Act against the nursing homes that aren't in compliance, that'll help save a whole bunch of lives. I want to say hooray, hooray for Governor J.B. Pritzker for picking this young man, and you're going to hear a lot about him, and I'm standing with you 100%. Because after Tony Preckwinkle, the president of the county board and the Cook County Commissioners, put together a resolution in support, it's called Save Our Seniors, in support of the enforcement of the Nursing Home Care Act. It takes all of us. The public health director of the county, public health director of the cities, and the public health director of the state working together to contain this and make sure we got good health. And with that, I want to give my commentary on this very important thing. I was blessed by God and with the help of the voters that came out and voted, especially those that voted for the re-election of J.B. Pritzker and the Lieutenant Governor, Juliana Stratton. And they voted, and they made the decision, the people voted and made a decision that Jonathan Jackson is the Democratic nominee to be the next congressman for the 1st Congressional District. And the people that came out and voted, I'm glad that you also voted for Alexi Giannoulias to be the Democratic nominee for the Secretary of State. And now I'm praying that we all come together and unite to make sure that the lying Republicans do not become the Secretary of State or the governor or the congressman of the 1st Congressional District. You're going to hear more about them, possibly starting with my next show. I'm going to let you know who they are. Because we can't take nothing for granted. We took things for granted and we end up with Trump. And after I see these hearings, I'm like, ooh, Father God, forgive us, because we knew not what we do. With that, I want to say, come out and vote November the 8th. Vote blue. November 8th, 2022. To God be the glory. That's my story. Peace.